It is 2 a.m. You are lying in bed, your phone glowing in the dark. The blue light flickers as you mindlessly scroll through the feed. One post, then another, then another. You don't even remember when you started, but the hours have slipped away unnoticed. You've lost track of time and perhaps even yourself. You think you're just passing the time, but what you don't realize is that each swipe, each notification, each click is feeding something inside you. Something you can't name, but you can feel. A quiet sense of anxiety, a subtle emptiness, a nagging hunger. These are not isolated moments. These are the hidden addictions of the digital age. And they're slowly but surely stealing from you your peace, your mental clarity, your sense of self. These addictions are not the kind you associate with substances or visible habits. They don't leave bruises or scars. They're subtle, pervasive, and almost invisible. But make no mistake, they're real. And they're taking a toll on your mind, body, and soul. Every day, millions of people are unknowingly addicted to these digital distractions. The machines we've invited into our lives are not just tools. They are masters, shaping us, controlling us. And what's more dangerous is that we don't even recognize it. We're so entrenched in the digital landscape, so attached to the constant stream of information and entertainment, that we've lost the ability to step back and see what it's doing to us. The truth is, the internet has become the new opiate of the masses, but its addiction doesn't take the form of a needle or a pill. No, it takes the form of endless scrolling, the endless thirst for validation, the endless search for something that feels real in a world of curated images and endless content. It is a subtle, slow, and insidious form of mental enslavement. And the worst part, you don't even realize it. These 5 hidden addictions are controlling your mind, your emotions, and your life. They are the silent puppeteers, pulling the strings and shaping your every move. Let's uncover them and begin the process of taking back what's yours. 1. The addiction to instant gratification. The very structure of the internet has been designed to deliver immediate rewards. With a swipe, a tap, or a click, you can get instant feedback, entertainment, or information. This has rewired your brain, creating a deep dependence on the feeling of instant gratification. The dopamine hits that you get from checking your phone, liking a post, or getting a message fuel a craving for more. It feels good in the moment, doesn't it? But here's the catch. This is fleeting. The hit of happiness is short-lived, and once it fades, you're left with an emptiness. You're not satisfied. You're hungry for the next click, the next notification. You've created a cycle of dependence that's harder to break with each passing moment. This addiction to instant gratification is shaping your ability to focus, to think deeply, and to enjoy life's longer-term rewards. It's hard to be patient when you're constantly conditioned to expect everything now. You no longer have the mental space to sit with discomfort or uncertainty. Everything must be immediate. Everything must be in your face. But life doesn't work that way. And this addiction is slowly eroding your mental and emotional health, feeding your impatience and pushing you further away from the deeper, more meaningful experiences that can only come with time. The constant need for instant gratification kills your capacity for deep work, for the pursuit of long-term goals, and for real, fulfilling relationships. The more you give into it, the harder it becomes to find peace in stillness, to truly appreciate the moment, and to work towards something that takes time and effort. But the quiet suffering that follows each moment of instant pleasure, that's the cost. That's the mental toll. 2, the addiction to validation. In a world driven by likes, comments, shares, and followers, it's hard not to seek validation from others. Social media has created an entire economy built on external approval. You post a picture, a thought, a quote, and you wait. You wait for the feedback. You wait for the little heart to pop up, for the comment that affirms you, for the number of followers that tell you that you matter. And when it doesn't come, that's when the doubt creeps in. You question your worth. You feel invisible, insignificant, disconnected. The silence after you've posted becomes deafening. You start wondering, why didn't anyone notice? What's wrong with me? This addiction to validation is rooted in the need to feel seen. It's a deep-seated need for approval, for acknowledgement. But here's the harsh truth. When you place your value in the hands of others, you give them the power to control your emotions. You give them the ability to decide your worth. This addiction feeds your insecurity, your fear of not being enough. It plays on your deepest vulnerabilities, making you dependent on others to feel good about yourself. And the problem is, this cycle never ends. You post again, you wait again, and the cycle repeats. Even when the likes come, it's never enough. You find yourself chasing more and more, and with every validation, you sink deeper into the illusion that you need this to be happy. But the truth is, the only validation that matters is the one you give yourself. When you stop seeking approval from others and start affirming your own worth, the external validation loses its grip on you. This addiction will slowly begin to lose its power, but the mental toll it's taken on you, the sense of worthlessness you once felt, can take longer to heal. 3. The addiction to comparison. You scroll through social media, and there it is, the perfect life, the perfect body, the perfect career, the perfectly filtered moments. And you, in your quieter moments, begin to feel inadequate. You begin to feel like you're falling short. You look at their success, their beauty, their happiness, and you start measuring yourself against them. And with each comparison, you feel less and less like enough. The addiction to comparison doesn't just leave you feeling inferior. It actively destroys your self-esteem. It makes you question your path, your choices, your worth. It robs you of your own joy because you are too busy being jealous, envious, or frustrated that you're not where someone else is. This addiction thrives on insecurity, and in the digital age, it's easier than ever to compare yourself to others. You see a curated version of their life, the highlights, the victories, the moments of perfection, and you think that's the reality, but you never see the struggle behind the image, the pain behind the smile, the hard work that's never shown. And even if you did, you would still compare yourself to it. In the act of comparing, you lose the beauty of your own journey. You forget that you are on your own path, one that has its own value, its own lessons, its own timeline. The mental toll of comparison is devastating. It erodes your confidence and plants the seeds of doubt, making you question your own worth and path. It distances you from your true self, from your own story. 4. The addiction to information. You live in a world where information is everywhere. It's in your pocket. It's on your screen. It's constantly coming at you faster, quicker, louder. The pursuit of knowledge, of staying informed, of understanding everything becomes all-consuming, and the more you try to absorb, the more you feel overwhelmed, unprepared, and anxious. But in your pursuit of more knowledge, you miss the bigger picture. You get lost in the noise, in the details, in the endless scroll of headlines, opinions, and updates. You think you're learning, you think you're staying ahead, but what you're really doing is feeding an addiction to more information, more stimuli, more data, more distractions. You're filling your mind with endless noise without ever giving it the space to quiet, to reflect, to process. This addiction doesn't just clutter your mind. It prevents you from thinking deeply, from forming your own opinions, from connecting with the world in a meaningful way. It turns your life into a constant race to consume, to keep up, to never stop. And the toll on your mental health is enormous. Anxiety, stress, and a sense of constant burnout are the silent consequences of living in a state of perpetual information overload. True wisdom doesn't come from knowing everything. It comes from understanding, from thinking critically, from giving your mind the space it needs to digest and process what matters. It comes from slowing down and learning to be present, not constantly plugged into a stream of external data. 5. The addiction to connection. We are told that connection is the key to happiness, to fulfillment, to success. And in the digital world, connection is always within reach. But the question is, what kind of connection are we really making? You are constantly available. Your phone is never far away. Your notifications are always on. Your presence always demanded. But in the constant need to be connected to others, you're losing connection with yourself. This addiction to connection, to being always on, to always responding and reacting, leaves little room for solitude, for reflection, for self-awareness. You become so accustomed to filling every moment with noise, with conversations, with interactions, that you've forgotten how to be alone. You've forgotten the power of stillness. True connection isn't about constant availability. It's about being present, being fully engaged in the moment with the people you love, with the world around you, and with yourself. But the addiction to digital connection keeps you distracted. It keeps you from forming deeper, more meaningful relationships. It keeps you from being in the moment, from truly living. These addictions, the addiction to instant gratification, validation, comparison, information, and connection, are quietly taking control of your mind, your emotions, and your life. They shape your thoughts, your behaviors, and your sense of self, often without you even realizing it. But you have the power to break free. The first step is awareness. The second step is choice. You can choose to break the chains that these addictions have wrapped around you. You can choose to reclaim your peace, your clarity, your presence. The journey begins now. And with every step you take away from these addictions, you are one step closer to reclaiming your true self. Your mind, your emotions, your soul are yours to reclaim. And it all starts with one decision, the decision to choose you over the noise, you over the distractions, you over the false validations. And in that choice, you will find freedom. And what is freedom, truly, if not the return to what is real, to what cannot be taken away, manipulated, or measured by likes, by metrics, by fleeting signals on a screen? Real freedom is the power to sit in silence and not feel afraid. It is the courage to be with yourself, without distraction, without the need to perform, impress, or respond. It is the wisdom to know that your value is not enhanced or diminished by the algorithms of attention, but by the presence of your soul. You are not a content machine. You are not here to endlessly react. You are not here to sacrifice your peace for the dopamine drip of false importance. You are here to awaken, to feel fully, live deeply, and walk this earth with clarity and conviction. You are here to create, to connect, to reflect, and to grow, not because of what the digital world expects of you, but because it is in your nature to evolve. But you cannot evolve when you are sedated. You cannot transform when your mind is hijacked by 1,000 fragments of stimulation. You cannot remember who you are when you are constantly being told what to want, what to think, what to be. And that is the true toll of these hidden addictions. They do not merely waste your time, they deform your identity. They don't just distract you. They dismantle the architecture of your inner self piece by piece until you begin to forget that you ever had a choice. But you do. Every moment you choose stillness over stimulation. Every second you choose depth over distraction. You reclaim a part of yourself that was lost. You reassemble your soul, not the curated version, but the raw, untamed, wild truth of you. You will begin to remember how to breathe without the need to share it. You will begin to move through the world with purpose, not performance. You will remember how to listen to your inner voice, not the loudest headline. And the world, it will feel different, slower, softer, sharper, more vivid in its pain, yes, but also more vibrant in its beauty. Because once the noise fades, you can finally hear life speak to you again. Not through a screen, not through a stream of endless updates, but through the wind, the quiet look of a stranger, the weight of your own breath in your chest. This is the moment you reclaim your sovereignty. No more feeding the machine with your time, your essence, your soul. No more handing over your attention to the highest bidder. No more outsourcing your worth to a world designed to keep you wanting. You are no longer a consumer of distraction. You are the creator of presence. You are no longer a slave to the screen. You are the master of your mind. It begins with awareness, but it lives in your action. Start where you are. Put the phone down, look around, breathe. Feel what it's like to be alive without performing. Feel what it's like to choose your thoughts instead of renting your mind to everything that screams for it. You are the one who decides, and when you do truly, finally decide to take your life back, you will not just change your habits, you will remember your soul. And that memory, that sacred return, is the one thing no algorithm can ever replicate. Welcome back. You were never lost. You were just distracted. Now it's time to live awake, fully, deeply, truly. Now it's time to be free. Because real freedom doesn't ask for attention, it asks for awareness. It does not beg to be noticed, it quietly waits to be chosen. And once you choose it, everything changes. You start to see clearly, not just through your eyes, but through your intuition, your breath, your being. You no longer chase, you attract. You no longer hustle for validation, you radiate self-respect. You no longer drown in noise, you master your silence. The world might not understand this new version of you, because the world has been trained to value the performative, the loud, the constant. But you are stepping into something far greater than the world's approval. You are stepping into power, not the kind of power that dominates others, but the kind of power that cannot be taken because it was never borrowed. It was born with you. It has always lived in you. The more you disconnect from the false, the more you reconnect with the eternal, the true, the sacred, the self. And with each step away from addiction, you step into sovereignty. You begin to build your life not on sand, but on stone. Not on fleeting trends, but on timeless truth. Not on distraction, but on deep presence. Your relationships begin to change. No longer transactional, no longer based on shallow affirmations, but rooted in depth, in resonance, in mutual awakening. You stop seeking company to avoid loneliness and begin attracting souls who match your wholeness. Your time becomes sacred. You stop giving it away to every app, every ping, every post. You begin treating it like gold because now you see that it is. Your energy becomes potent, no longer diluted by 1,000 mental tabs open. It sharpens, it deepens, it concentrates into action, into intention, into impact. And most of all, your mind becomes your ally again. No longer a battlefield of stimuli and reactions, but a temple of awareness. And in that temple, you remember, you were never meant to be a slave to the machine. You were never meant to live on autopilot. You were never meant to be numbed by endless consumption. You were meant to feel. You were meant to think. You were meant to create. You were meant to live as you unfiltered, undistracted, and undeniably whole. So let the others scroll. Let the noise rage on. Let the digital storm swirl. You walk differently now. Eyes open, heart steady, mind clear, no longer addicted, no longer asleep, no longer controlled. You are awake. You are here. You are free. And nothing can take that away from you again. You will begin to notice a change in how you move through the world. The constant urgency that once followed you like a shadow begins to dissolve. You're no longer reacting, you're choosing. You're no longer reaching for distraction. You're grounded in intention. And as this quiet power builds within you, the world starts to respond differently. Not because it changed, but because you did. You've unplugged from the collective trance. You've stepped out of the digital fog that clouded your instincts and dulled your spirit. Now every breath feels different. Every step carries purpose. Every thought is your own. No longer born, no longer programmed, no longer manipulated by invisible systems built to harvest your attention. and sell your soul back to you in pieces. You have awakened from the illusion, and the freedom you feel now isn't loud. It's not flashy. It's not something to post about or prove to anyone. It's sacred. It's yours. And it is deeply, beautifully quiet, because the final stage of healing from these hidden addictions isn't just about breaking free. It's about building something new, a life on your terms, a mind that serves you, a spirit that flows unchained, unchained, unchained. It's about sitting in a room with nothing but your breath and realizing you are enough. You've always been enough. No like, no view, no message, no trend can add or subtract from that. The silence you used to run from becomes your sanctuary. The boredom you feared becomes fertile ground. The stillness you once filled with noise becomes the portal to a truth so old, so powerful, so alive. It humbles you. You are not here to escape. You are here to embody, not to numb, but to feel, not to chase, but to become. So let this be the final word, not an ending, but an invocation. From this moment on, may your eyes be clear. May your mind be sovereign. May your soul be untethered. And may your life be guided not by the shallow tides of algorithmic influence, but by the deep ocean of your inner knowing. You are not your screen. You are not your notifications. You are not your feed. You are what remains when all of it goes silent. And in that silence, you are limitless. You are real. You are whole. And then, when all the noise fades, no more notifications, no more pings, no more flickering lights luring you back, you will be left with what's always been there, you. No digital mask to hide behind. No need for validation from strangers. No performance to maintain in a virtual theater you never chose. Just you and the truth. And in that moment, silent, raw, unfiltered, you will realize you were never missing anything. You were simply made to forget. Freedom is not cutting yourself off from the world. Freedom is living in it without being owned by it. Not being pulled by the hunger for applause. Not being weighed down by endless comparison. Not being forced to consume just to numb an unnamed emptiness. Freedom is when you pause, take a deep breath, and whisper, I am back, I am me. Not the version the world wants to see, not the image that's been curated, but the real self, unedited, unbroken, unapologetic. That is you. And from this moment forward, no one, no thing, no machine will ever take you from yourself again. You have returned. You are awake and you are free.